Good morning. How are you, everybody? Welcome to the show today. It is November 30th, the last day of the month for November 2022. Unbelievable. Tomorrow we start December. Oh, this is going to be an interesting month coming up, to say the least. I was just talking to the gang here, the Gold Bagel members in the pre-alert show. And just giving them a few things to think about and ponder. And I thought I would start off by mentioning something to you folks here today. Um, a year ago, um, just like today, analysts were being asked a year ago, what do you think is going to happen with the interest rates, and what's going to happen with inflation, and what are your predictions? And all the top analysts a year ago, especially these interest rate bond analysts and inflation experts, and you name it, they were predicting that the Fed funds rate would be at 0.68%, just barely over 2/3 of 1% would be the Fed funds rate. And they predicted that the inflation rate for the December 2022, the inflation rate would be 2.8%. That was a year ago. That was the top Wall Street consensus across the board, that's what we would have. 0.68% average Fed funds rate and inflation of 2.8%. Oh, were they wrong? Have things completely gotten blown out of proportion, or what? Now, the game continues. Oh, what do you think the end of 2023 is going to look like, or end of 2022? Why don't you give me prediction for a year from now? And analysts are all over the map. There are those who insist that the Fed is going to quickly stop raising rates, very quickly top them out. And by the end of next year, they're already going to start to lower rates, because inflation will have been destroyed by the Federal Reserve. Then there are others going, are you out of your mind? We haven't even had the damage, the collateral damage yet from this inflationary explosion, which is, depending on who you ask, what's inflation at now? Well, the official government numbers say 8% in America, to 9-10% in Europe, to 11-12% in the UK, and then everywhere in between for the rest of the planet. You and I know, when we go shopping, quote unquote, we go looking for stuff. How much are you paying for gasoline for your car today versus a year ago to 2 years ago? How much are you paying for natural gas for your house to heat your home? Those of you who have natural gas. What's your electric bill between now and a year and 2 years ago? These aren't 8% higher. Where's this 8%, 10% number coming from? That's not realistic. How many of you out there either know personally, or through a family member, or through a friend, a coworker, a former coworker, how many of you out there are aware of people who have mortgages coming up for renewals, the renewal of mortgages? Here in Canada, it's not uncommon for people to now get letters in the mail saying, your mortgage is coming up in 6 months. We're pleased to offer you another 3-year term, 4-year term, 5-year term, whatever you know. Your mortgage rate right now in Canada is 2.2%, 2.4%, 2.6%. That's what you've been paying us the last number of years. We're offering you a new mortgage at 5 to 5.5% range now. And around this world that I'm in, we're expecting the new mortgage rates to reach 7 to 8% in the next few months in Canada. You go from 2.2% to 5.7%. That's 3.5% more in interest. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, 3.5% a year more. But you think about a home that maybe you bought, say 3 years ago for $600,000. You put 150 down, borrowed 450 grand, and it's now 3.5% more expensive to carry that $450,000 mortgage. You may have paid it down to 400,000. Okay, you owe the bank 400 grand. You want to borrow money at 3.5% more than you used to pay? That is 14,000 a year more in interest per year to start with. So that automatically adds a chunk of money to your bottom line, and the electric bill and the gas bill. Don't forget, the taxes on your house are going to rise because the real estate prices rose the last 5 years. And cities and towns base their taxes on homes on the average selling value of houses. And so, no question, your house 5 years ago was a 450 house. Now it's a $600,000, $7,000 house. You're paying more in property taxes. Where is this coming from? What employer is coming to you? How many of your employers are coming to you up front without you even asking and are offering you 15% pay raises because of the fact that 2 years ago and this year and next year, we're looking at higher costs officially at 8 whatever percent per year. In the real world that you and I live in, it's what, 15, 20%, 25%? What's your grocery bill going up to now? It's absolutely ridiculous. And there are people out there who are being hit with 15, 20, 30% cost of living increases, and they're getting 4 to 8% offers of raises from their bosses. And most of the time they have to ask to get a raise. They ask for 10, they get 5. They ask for 12, they get 5.5, 6. How many employers are willingly coming up front to you and offering you a 10, 15% pay raise to help after tax help you out? It's not happening. Everyone that I'm aware of who's on a salary and working for a living Monday to Friday, 40 hours a week, their standard of living is dropping. Cost of living is going up. Income is not matching. And that means a lower standard of living. That means cuts. That means decisions have to be made to let something go. Something has to give because the money coming in doesn't equal the money going out. Something's got to give. And we're gonna see a lot of turmoil here. A few minutes ago, we talked about something else on the pre-market show. If you're a Gold Bagel member, you already know this. If you're not a Gold Bagel member, get your butt in gear and become a Gold Bagel member because you just need to know this information ASAP. By the way, tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, primetime live with me for Gold Bagel members only. Look, GameStop, the 7th of December, next week, a week from today, after the bell, earnings come out. We talked about this about half an hour ago here with the gang. The earnings are coming out for GameStop next week, and some interesting stats are out there just to kind of give you folks a clearer picture of what's up with GameStop. GameStop has outstanding right now 304 million shares, 304.5 million shares ballpark out there. That's how many shares exist because of the split, the 4-for-1 split. Of the 304 million, 257 million are in the quote public float arena. These shares are eligible to trade anytime. Okay. We've heard and we are led to believe that almost 55 million shares are shorted right now. So if you add 55 million to the 257 million, you have over 300 million shares that are out there that are trading around or eligible to trade. Okay. But here's the real story. 70% of all shares of GameStop are held by retail investors. This is why the stock doesn't plummet in price overnight. 70% of all GameStop shares are held by retail investors. Now, I told you that out of the 304 odd million out there, 257 are free floating without the short interest. That tells me that there are 50 million, about 50 million shares held by the insiders of the company. And who's that? Mr. Cohen. Mr. Cohen had a whack of stock. He got a 4-for-1 split, as did anyone else inside that company. That's where the 50 odd million comes from. All right, so let's go backwards again. 70% of all shares held that exist are held by retail investors. So you take 305 million and calculate what 70% is of that. That's over 210 million shares held by the public. Add 50 million to the insiders and you got 260 something million shares, that's almost the entire company. All right. There's institutional holders, obviously, mutual funds, ETFs, hedge funds, they have to register. They have it. They've got the rest on top of the short interest stock that's out there. Okay. So of the 70% that the public holds in retail investors, of that, 40% of the 70%, those shares are registered with what's known as DRS, Depository Security Registration. In other words, these shares have been shifted out of margin accounts where they can't be borrowed for shorting, and they've been registered with the DRS system. And this keeps the shares out of the short sellers pool, and those shares are not available to be shorted. Now, 40% of the 70%, the 70% is 210 million. 40% is 80 million. So 80 million of the 210 million cannot be shorted, traded, or anything like that. And those 80 million shares are part of the free trading shares out there. So 257 million shares are free trading. 80 million can't trade. 80 million cannot trade because they're held by the DRS system, which means that only 170 million are free trading shares at this point in time. The net effect of all of this, all of these numbers I'm throwing you, is that a lot of stock won't trade on a daily basis, and it isn't borrowable by shorters. So somebody wants to come in and short a ton of stock, can't borrow up to 80 million shares to do it. They can't borrow 80 million. 50 million, 55 million are already out there that are short out there, apparently, as far as we know. The rest, 80 million of the others cannot get out, cannot be shorted. And so this is a tightening of stock. The good news is, shorters can't take big positions. What's the bad news? Shorters can't take big positions, which means you can't have a big short squeeze. It's there's a reverse thing here going on. You have this, you're going to have that. So if you restrict 80 million shares from the short pool, you can't have institutional investors short 80 million more, which means you're taking away volatility. You're taking away volume of trading. You are taking away excitement in the stock. You're taking away the reason that Reddit exists and Wall Street bets exist. They are talking up the potential of the company and everything else whenever they can, if they want to, or talk it down. But if you take 80 million of the free float off the market, you're not going to have a lot of volume. And this is what I've been complaining about, whining about the last little while. The volume on GameStop on a daily basis is pathetically low. The number of shares trading is really sad. Yesterday on GameStop, I'm just looking this up. Yesterday's trading 1.9 million shares. This is with the 4-for-1 included. You take that backwards, divide that by 4. We don't even have 500,000 shares a day traded anymore on GameStop on a daily basis. We used to trade 2 to 3 million shares a day before the split. Now we're talking 1.9 million after the split. This means instead of trading anywhere from 8 to 12 million shares a day that we used to trade, we're now trading 2 million shares a day. This is a 75% drop in activity on GameStop stock. Now, some of you might say, this is great. This is fantastic. This is super, because now the shorters can't come in here and screw around with the stock. They can't come in here and run it $5 up and down in one day. Okay, great. But here's the other issue. What about if we don't have this kind of volatility and you're an option writer and you write $28 calls that are good for January, and then the stock drops to $23 in a day and a half, and you buy those back for like 80% off, and half a day later the stock's back to 25, 26, and you're writing 28s again. You used to be able to do that, multiply by 4. We're not getting that today. We're not getting daily trades anymore on GameStop. We're not getting the volatility on the trade. The stock yesterday was as low as 25.32 and as high as 26.35. That's $1.03 in movement in one day from low to high. Multiply that by four, it's $4.08 of movement. You remember, as I remember, that a $15, $20 a day swing between high and low was normal for GameStop. $10, $15 moves weren't a big deal. $25, $35 moves, those are big deals. But $10 move in GameStop, that was like a cup of coffee. Everybody has a cup of coffee. We're not getting these 250 swings. We need a 250 swing to equal $10 before the split. We're not getting it. And this, I believe, is possibly going to affect the options market for GameStop shares. And I'm just spilling it out to everybody, giving you what I see from this angle on the lack of activity on the shares equals lack of activity in options. And if that's lack of activity on options, that's not good for option writers. Yet, there are a lot of people out there desperate to make money in the markets, but they don't have the money to buy 500 shares of GameStop and flip 500 shares of GameStop at a time. They've been wiped out. They're down to trading 5 option contracts of GameStop. And good news for them, because of the split, GameStop options are 1/4 the price that they used to be. So obviously, if you're going to buy a $26 call on GameStop and you pay $250 for it, used to cost you $10, now it costs you $250. So obviously you can go 5 times for $1,250, take a shot as an option buyer, hope the stock was up a couple of bucks. You make $1 a contract and you take a $250 contract, sell it at $350. You made $100 a contract times 5 contracts. You made $500. Day traders unite. That's what they're looking for. And so that's holding up the GameStop option trades, because GameStop options are affordable to a lot more people who are in real trouble financially, because a year ago, the markets were 15, 20, 30% higher as a whole, just the big indexes. And we know what's happened to IPO stocks that were the savior of Wall Street. These were the blessed stocks that Wall Street was bringing out, and CNBC and the gang over there were having vigils in NASDAQ and at the New York Stock Exchange. When will the new IPO start trading later today? And they were showing you a live picture all morning long of the pre-market estimates of the bid ask of the IPO. And you saw stuff like IPO was supposed to be done at $35 a share. Then it was actually done at $48 a share. And the opening trade looks like it's going to be $95 to $105 a share. Those are the good old days. That was a year ago. All that's gone. Those IPOs that came out and reached $300, $400, $450 a share, where companies were already projecting that they would lose $1 billion this year. Their stock was $400 a share, $350 a share. You know who they are: the DoorDashes and the Coinbases and the Airbnbs and all of them. I mean, they all were going to be just the future of investing, and they were already predicting in their projections that they were hoping to break even soon. All that money is gone. All that speculation has evaporated into thin air, because Coinbase is trading at 10% of what it was once trading, at 20% of what it once traded at, 80% losses and everything else. Every SPAC ever created has been shellacked. And you can thank the SEC for part of it, but you can also thank the tightening of the Fed with tightening the money supply for the rest of it. The market has a lot less money lying around to speculate with. And the Apples of the world and the GameStop, the Microsofts of the world and the Googles of the world and the Ciscos, and these guys want you to keep holding their stock. They don't want you to let go of their stock. You can let go of the smaller companies, but don't let go of our stock. And so the battle is on to retain investors and investor interest. The reality, though, is a company like Amazon and Google, these shares are off dramatically in the last year. I mean, big time, double-digit losses. And these were the FANG stocks that you couldn't lose money on. You bought into those, and 2012, 13, 14, 15, they just went up every year. Now in the last 12 months, oops. And now we are hearing nothing but announcement after announcement of massive amounts of layoffs, massive numbers of employees being let go by the FANG stocks that were the hiring spree darlings, hiring people left, right, and center up until 6 months ago. Things have changed. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to follow, a lot to keep an eye on, kids. Got a few other things that I want to talk to you about. Speaking of Amazon today, just saw about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago, a press release that came out. Amazon is going to raise a minimum of $8 billion of fresh cash by issuing bonds. And this is the second time this year that they're doing this. They raised over $12 billion. It was $12.75 billion back in April, May of this year, because they took over back in the springtime MGM television and movie studios. You remember that deal? They own the James Bond library now. That deal was an $8.5 billion takeover, and that was an all-cash deal. Amazon bought MGM for $8.5 billion in cash. They went ahead and raised $12.75 billion in bonds. Then they're now going to raise at least $8 billion more now, which tells me this year, 2022, Amazon is raising over $20 billion from the bond market to fund its operations, and its stock is way off from its highs. Got to make you wonder, why would Amazon need to raise all this cash? Could they be possibly thinking of another takeover? Are they setting their sights on something else? Maybe. After all, stocks are down, prices are cheaper. Maybe this is a good time to make some strategic acquisitions. Where, what, who, when, I don't know. We know 10,000 layoffs have been announced at Amazon. Here's a company laying off 10,000 employees and raising $20 billion from the bond market in the same year. That is not normal. That's a new normal, but it's not a traditional normal at all. I have never seen in all the years I've been in the business where something like General Motors would announce 5,000 job losses and we're going to raise $5 billion in fresh cash. You raise money like that usually to build new plants because you have a new model car coming out, or you're building a new van, or you're expanding your truck division, you're expanding business. You don't announce 5,000 people being let go because you're expanding your business. You announce the layoffs of people because your business is contracting. Now, Amazon laying off 10,000 people, that doesn't tell me things are rosy over there. And yet the bond market is saying, oh yeah, come on in. You want to raise money? We got money for you. $20 billion or more? No problem, Amazon. We in the bond market have $20 billion for you. Unbelievable. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's that they shouldn't do it. I say, hey, if you're a corporation and the world at large, bond, institutional investors and everything else, and they're offering you $20 billion, and I'm going to tell you, the likelihood that Amazon will pay a very low rate is very high. They will not get saddled with 12% interest rates on this deal. Don't be thinking that. Don't be surprised if Amazon pays 4.5% to 5% for money. And that's just a little over the Fed fund rate. I mean, that's barely over the Fed fund rate. You and I cannot get a loan like that. I mean, we cannot. I mean, some of us maybe, but most of us here, 95% of us, there is no way any of us could waltz into our local bank branch, sit down with a loans officer and say, hey, listen, I want to pay off some credit cards, and I want to pay down my student debt, and I want to knock off my car loan. I just want to have one big amount of money, and I want to borrow more than I need, so I got a nice cash balance on hand here to make a few structural changes in my life. What can you do for me? They'll say, I just gave you a cup of coffee. Get out. That's what they're going to tell you. Get the hell out of here, because we're not interested in helping you with your day-to-day living expenses at any price. Not a chance. Are we interested in lending you money so you can pay off a credit card bill? That depends whether you have a mortgage with us. If you've got a mortgage with us and you come in here and say, hey, look, I'm reorganizing my life and my mortgage payment is going to go from $1,200 a month to $2,800 a month next year because of the higher rates. I want to reduce my cost of living right now by being a prudent borrower. And one of the things I like to do is knock off $30,000 in interest in credit card debt that's costing me 22% interest. I want to get rid of that and turn it into a much lower interest rate so that my payment per month, instead of being at the credit card $700-800 a month, $1,000 a month that I'm paying those guys, if I can make that $300 a month with a loan from you instead, maybe that's the best way to go. Now, your banker will look at that and go, that's not a bad idea because that makes you financially stronger and you can handle a higher mortgage rate because instead of sending it to a credit card company, you're sending it to us for the mortgage that we're carrying on your house. I mean, you see what we, the bank, care about your financial well-being because, you're our lifeblood. You might get somewhere with that, but you're not getting anywhere with I also want to borrow another $30,000 on top of what I owe the credit cards. So lend me $60,000 at 5%, and I'll make you a payment on that. And the other $30,000, I'll let you know later what I'm going to do with it. No, the banker's not. No, that's not happening because you might just go to Mexico for 2 weeks and blow $10,000 there. Then you might take your kids to Disneyland and blow $20,000 there. No, you're not doing that. I want to see assets that you're holding on to. I want to see real value here. Amazon doesn't have to do that. Amazon can go to the street and say, yeah, we've borrowed $12.75 million. We're thinking of borrowing another $8 to $10 billion now. Additionally, general corporate purposes, nothing specific. And the street's going, okay, yeah, you can have that. 8 to 10 billion more, no problem. The brokers over in Wall Street going to get on the telephone. Not even that. They're going to text. They're going to text all their mutual fund boys and girls, all their pension fund boys and girls, all their ETF pals, all their hedge fund pals, and say, would you like some of this bond offering from Amazon? Would you like to have some Amazon bonds in your portfolio? The pension funds are going to go, yeah, man, you darn right I would, because I'm sitting on 2-year treasuries and 5-year treasury and 10-year US treasuries that are paying me 3.5%, 3.75%, 4%. If Amazon could pay me 4.5% to 5.5%, I'll take that deal. If that's an extra 1.5% return on my money for my pensioners, yeah, I'll take that deal because we believe that Amazon can pay the money. They're good for it. And if you have any Apple bonds, give me a call. You got any Microsoft bonds? Give me a call. You got GameStop bonds? Don't call me. You got Royal Caribbean and Carnival and Norwegian Cruise Line bonds? Don't call me. No, those are junk bonds. I don't want that stuff. But I'll take A-line credit corporate debt from these boys anytime you got it. How much can I have? It's not like you will allow me to buy $1 billion of that $8 billion. I'll take it. But the broker's calling. I can't give you $1 billion. I can't give you $1 billion. I can only give you $100 million. I have to divvy up my $2 billion allocation to 40 clients, 70 clients. Takers everywhere. There are takers everywhere. So theoretically, Amazon could go to the market right now and say, we want $25 billion for general corporate purposes. They'd get it. It's how desperate people are for yield. In the meantime, the Federal Reserve is going to raise the rates higher. Powell speaks today. He speaks today to tell everybody that we're not going to lower rates. We're not going to buy up bonds. Those Amazon bonds that are coming up, we're not buying any of those. We don't want any of them. That's all for you guys. As a matter of fact, we have bonds that we bought last year, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago. Some of these bonds we bought are 30-year treasuries, 10-year corporates, whatever. We're offering those for sale. We want out. And the pension funds and the hedge funds and mutual funds are all asking themselves, should we buy more of that? Or do we just go after the hot bond of the day, which is the Amazon bond? Here we go. It'll get to the point where there isn't enough cash anymore to buy all the bonds that are being offered. There will come a point in time where even a company like Amazon will put an indication out that we might be interested in borrowing money for general corporate purposes. And in their mind, they're thinking, if we can raise 10 billion bucks, we'll do it. And they get calls back from all the large brokerage firms, and they kind of give them a consensus. We think we can raise you 2.5 billion. We can't raise you 10. Why is that? Because what you're prepared to pay in interest isn't drawing enough interest from the buyers. And frankly, the buyers we have are tapped out. They're fully invested. Every nickel they got is already in a bond, and they're not going to sell a bond at a loss to buy your bond, because what you're paying in interest isn't enough to motivate them to make the shift. Now, you want to pay 10% interest instead of 5.5%, maybe we can talk. But Amazon's going, no, we don't want to pay 10% interest. We'll pay 5.5% when everyone else is paying 8%. And the street's going, sorry, we can't offer your bonds at 5.5%. There's just not enough interest to go around. Something to watch for as we go forward. Okay. The US dollar has gone down in value in the last month quite dramatically, depending on which currency you're talking about. You may recall in the summertime when the UK was going through prime minister after prime minister after prime minister, the UK British pound sterling, the sterling, went from $1.31 against the US dollar, and it went down to 103 at the worst time for the former prime minister, the gal, and then it's bounced back now to 120. The American dollar was so strong that the pound went down to 103, and then it hung around 110, 111, 112, 113. Now it's back to 120. The American dollar has lost 5 to 7% against the pound since it stabilized. The euro was below the American dollar. It was at 1.96 cents to the American dollar, roughly. Americans actually could get more euros with their dollars rather than the other way around. That has shifted again the other direction. The euro has re-strengthened, not dramatically, but it has re-established its above par value, I suppose. Right now, the euro is at 103.6, and it was even, I think, 104 the other day. So the euro has added 5, 6, 7% in value against the American dollar. The Japanese yen, for a moment, you could it would take 150 yen to buy a dollar. Now it's 139 yen to buy a dollar. The yen actually was at 136 just the other day. What does that mean, and why do we care? What it means is, for all countries that need to buy oil on the open market from the OPEC players or anybody else, you price oil in U.S. dollars. So if you're Europe or you're the UK and you need to buy 1 million barrels a day of oil for your domestic consumption needs, and you're buying 10 million barrels every 10 days, you got to come up with American dollars to do it. So you got to convert your currency into American currency and then make the deal with the OPEC countries to import oil. The lower the American dollar goes against your currency, that means oil is cheaper for you. And that's a good thing. If you don't need as many British pounds sterling, or the Germans don't need to issue as many euros as before to buy oil, and the fact that oil has come down in price from 103 to 93 to the 80 level to 75 level, this is a win-win-win for Europe and everybody else. That means inflation is easy from the oil perspective and natural gas perspective, because natural gas is also priced in American dollars. If the two commodities don't go up in price, they stay low, and the currency against it rises, in other words, the euro rises against the US dollar, Europeans can buy oil for a lot less per barrel than they could 3 weeks ago, 2 months ago. All right. That's better for inflation for the EU, for Britain, for any other country importing oil. It's bad news for companies that receive American money for their commodity. Saudi Arabia is getting US dollars for its oil, and it's losing against the currencies that they're getting. Trust me, here's what Saudi Arabia does. They buy hedges against the currencies. So they hedge it. If the American dollar is strong against the euro, the Saudis will sell They will sell futures against the currency to lock in the price. And as they receive cash for their oil every day, that pays off the futures contract and they lock in the price. But eventually, everyone gains or loses depending on the currency. For Americans, it's bad news because Americans are finding that their exports are cheaper for others to buy. That's good. But imports by Americans into the US cost more because the US dollar doesn't go as far as it did a month ago. And we're talking anywhere from 4 to 10% loss in American buying power in 30 days. That's higher inflation for Americans, which equals higher interest rates from the Fed, which equals higher mortgage rates, higher loan rates, a worsening recession in the United States. That's what we're talking about. So the lower the US dollar goes against other currencies, the more likely the Fed funds will raise higher to battle inflation, because inflation in the US will rise if the American dollar doesn't buy as much. That's the trade-off. Back and forth we go. So in France, they're cheering, going, okay, we can buy oil and natural gas for less number of euros. In Washington, they're not cheering because the Fed funds are looking at, Fed officials are looking at inflation and import costs, and they're going, we're not exporting enough to offset this. And that's the problem that America basically has, as well as Canada and other countries. We don't export 10 times the amount of crap we bring in. We bring in more stuff to us than we sell to others, which means we're constantly flooding the world with our currency. Canadians are doing it, Americans are doing it, and this is an issue. China is the other way around. China doesn't import as much as they export. China exports more than they import in dollars. That's why their standard of living has been rising, because more dollars are finding their way there. Why is the standard of living higher in Saudi Arabia than in Ethiopia? Because neither country has automobile plants, okay? One country, Saudi Arabia, exports a lot of oil for lots of dollars. Ethiopia exports nothing to anybody. And so Ethiopia is the basket case. Saudi Arabians have a very high standard of living because American dollars come into Saudi Arabia every single day from customers around the world for their energy, their oil that they're pulling out of the ground. They don't have to build any factories to make that work. And that's how this game happens. And that's why UAE, the United Arab Emirates, and Dubai and Abu Dhabi, that's why you go there, or if you ever see photos from those areas, you will see the tallest building in the world in Dubai, and you will see 100-story tall condos and office towers all over Dubai. It's like it's a nothing burger. A 100-story building in Dubai is nothing to get excited about. There are dozens and dozens of them. A 100-story building in New York, a big deal. Almost impossible to get approved, by the way. You don't see America building any buildings of 100 stories or more, almost nothing. But in the Middle East, there are 100-story buildings going up all over the place. American money is paying for it all. All right, the American dollar is dropping. One more thing I'll mention about, and that is the war in Ukraine. Reports are coming out all the time, every single day. This is all you're hearing about now, how the Russians are sending missiles from Belarus and from Russian territory into Ukraine, and they are targeting with collaborators that are in Ukraine. They are giving the Russians exact, precise coordinates where to land this missile to take out this power plant, take out this hydroelectric facility, take out these power lines, and disrupt the Ukraine ability to create electricity and to move gas to heat their homes, light their stoves, and open schools, operate hospitals, everything else. It's a war against the citizens of Ukraine, not the Ukraine army. This, by the way, is a war crime. Did you know that? If you send missiles into a country, even though you're at war with the country, if you send missiles in to disrupt electrical power plants and other like water distribution systems, pumping stations, sewage plants, those are war crimes. When you have a war with another country, it's army against army. Air Force against Air Force. That's supposed to be the deal. Russians don't go to that. They're looking for total annihilation and the elimination of the Ukrainian race. It's a genocide move, and that's what it is. In any event, the Russians are bombing the Ukrainians relentlessly everywhere. There are 8 million refugees that have left the Ukraine already by conservative estimates that are now living throughout Europe, come to America, they've come to Canada and many other countries around the world. 8 million have already left the Ukraine. The experts are saying that because of the continued bombing of these infrastructure sites, another 2 million will likely have to get out in the next few weeks. And that'll be over 10 million refugees out of Ukraine into Europe and into other countries. The cost to all countries accepting these refugees is unbelievable. It's incredibly high. Germany is paying huge amounts of money to house and feed and educate and to have in this huge number of influx of refugees. France is paying. All the EU countries are paying dearly. The UK is helping out. Canada and America are doing their part. All of these costs are now rising dramatically right at the time a recession is about to hit the global economy. And Europe is expecting a very nasty recession, absolutely catastrophic. And the political cost to some political leaders is very high to allow Ukrainians in. But at the moment, the Germans do not flinch. The Polish people are not flinching whatsoever. It's quite remarkable, especially Poland, a country that hasn't got near the wealth that Germany has. I mean, not even on the same page. The Germans have the capital. They just don't have the infrastructure to bring in 2 million Ukrainians. They can't house another 2 million. There aren't enough beds and pillows and blankets for that. This is a huge increase in a very short period of time expected. So the European Union is looking for help from any other country to help us out here with these Ukrainians who have done nothing wrong but try to exist against the annihilators, the Russians. The question eventually is, how far will America, NATO, Canada, and other countries allow Russia to keep going before retribution goes the other direction? The Russians keep threatening an escalation if you dare retaliate against them, which I find just hilarious because they are constantly escalating everything every day, every hour. Until these guys are taught a lesson at the top, this will continue. And unfortunately, the Republicans in the House are more and more saying, we don't want to support Ukraine with a blank check policy anymore. We don't want to do that. Well, the problem is there's no alternative being mentioned. And so Ukrainian officials and the State Department people are going, we have no idea what the Republicans are going to propose to assist. And so as November now turns to December, we're in the last month of the Democratic-controlled Congress in the U.S., and the Senate will be retained by Democrats no matter what. The administration, the Senate, and the Congress are racing to put through legislation and funding for Ukrainian military and humanitarian aid before it could be cut off by the Congress. The Senate and the president can approve whatever they want, but if the Congress doesn't rubber stamp it, nothing's going to happen. So starting January, 10th, 15th, when the Republicans officially are the leaders of the Congress, the Ukrainians are on a death watch. There's 40 days left that the Americans could help them, and after that, nobody knows what's going to happen to the Ukrainians. And the Russians know that. They are very well aware of American politics, and they are more than happy to make it so miserable for the Ukrainians that the Republican House will try to not put any American tax dollars to work in Ukraine. That's what the Russians are counting on. They're counting on America to choke itself off from helping the Ukrainians. And that's why they want to launch a major offensive in the springtime against Ukraine. And so Military analysts are going, we either attack the Russians now and stop this nonsense, or they attack us. What do you want? And the Germans and the French and the Spanish and the Italians and the UK and everybody else, they're going, hey, this is in our backyard. We're taking in the refugees. We're supplying these guys with armaments. Help us out here, everyone else. And America is quickly finding out who its friends are and who are not necessarily its friends. And that is also a revelation that is catching a few folks off guard. In any event, that's what I have to say about that. Folks, 12 minutes to go before we open up for trading. You've got a global view here from yours truly. Like it or not, it's what it is. We're opening up shortly. The Dow is up 4 points on the pre-market. It's a nothing burger. We're not going anywhere. Powell speaks at 1:30 Eastern. Nothing happens until he talks. So don't expect a lot of activity here in the morning until he speaks to the world. S&P is up 2 points. The Dow right now is unchanged. NASDAQ is up 14 points. There is nothing going on. Oil is up $2.97 a barrel at 81.17 because the US dollar is weaker against other currencies. That's what's moving up the oil price. It's not a shortage. It's not a demand surge. It's not an incredible economic recovery. It's nothing like that. It is just a technical move right now with regard to currencies and commodity prices. And that's what we see going on. There are problems in China. I have talked about this day in and day out, day in and day out. They're not going away. The apparent latest news is something along the lines of the domestic Chinese housing market is disintegrating. And officials are desperately trying to stop the bleeding, and they're not commenting on what outside agencies are saying is happening to the Chinese real estate market. And China is not going to give any clarity to any of this because it's embarrassing to their overall economy and their bankers and all the predictions that they boldly made that are not happening. And they don't want to give their own population another reason to be upset with leadership. And so you crush dissent by putting a massive police presence onto the streets during the middle of the night and dare anyone to come out of your house with a white piece of paper in your hand. You will be beaten to a pulp and taken away. That is how China handles domestic dissent. Kick them in the ass now and ask them questions once the swelling has gone down that they can speak. And if they do speak, beat them again. Thank you very much. Love China. You just got to love the way they handle things. Unbelievable. Thank you all for joining me today for the rant. Nice to see you here. Woohoo! What's going on? We got a lot to watch, a lot to follow. Thank you all for your support of this channel. Those of you giving us a thumbs up this morning, thank you for giving us a little thumbs up move here already. Appreciate it very much. We got a lot to follow here today. Tomorrow, it's just never ending. The interest rate thing, the unemployment estimates, the inflation estimates, and on it goes. So much to follow here that could affect us back here or wherever it is you live. It doesn't matter where you are vulnerable personally to events that happen somewhere else, because this world is much more interconnected now than it ever has been before. We have 116 thumbs ups that have come through today. Thank you, everybody, for 116 thumbs ups. We're 9 minutes away from opening. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button for us, please do. Give the show a little momentum. We love to hit 200 thumbs ups during our session here. And again, I appreciate all of you who support this channel any way you can. We love you for it. All right. Thank you all. Let's take a look at some pre-market quotes before we get going here. I've got a 4-cent gain on Rocket Lab. I'm showing SoFi down 2.5 cents at 4.53. I got GameStop up 16 cents at 25.77. We're just not going anywhere. We've got Matterport up about a penny. I don't have anything on 23andMe at the moment. Showing Spire, I think we're up 7 cents to 134. ATIP, I don't see any activity there. Smart Rent down 6 cents. Cyxtera is up 6 cents to 186. It was up 6 cents yesterday. It's up 6 more now. Apple was down 305 yesterday. It's up 56 cents this morning. We're not even recovering the loss from yesterday. And yesterday was a very quiet day overall. But Apple has come off from the 150 level now to 141.69. Goldman Sachs gained $1.35 yesterday. It's down 11 right now. Cisco gained 20 yesterday, down a dime. Tesla was down 209 yesterday, up 88 cents at the moment. Hardly a ringing endorsement here. ARC Innovations lost 19 cents yesterday. It's up 23 now. Microsoft was down $1.43 yesterday. It's holding an 86-cent gain so far. Partial recovery. Bed Bath & Beyond, 321, up 3 cents right now. Pfizer lost 8 cents yesterday. It's up 12 now at 49.62. Whole HPQ, Hewlett Packard, 28.88. That was the close last night. 33-cent drop yesterday. We're up 26 this morning to 29.14. Carvana lost 13 cents yesterday, down another 19 this morning, 7.15 a share. Alphabet, Google lost 81 cents yesterday, gaining 31 cents at the moment. Amazon lost 153 yesterday. It's gaining 37 cents now. We have 7 minutes to go before we open for trading, and we have fractional recoveries at best for some of the big stocks at the moment. That's what I see happening here as we start the morning. Thank you all for joining us, and again, all of you out there who are becoming members of this channel, subscribers of this channel, hitting the thumbs up button for this show. 124 now have come in. Thank you for the thumbs ups. 124, 76 to go to get to 200. Help us out if you can. We would appreciate that. Let's see what gives. Unreal. U.S. trade deficit in goods jumps almost 8% to $99 billion as exports sag. And there is the issue. The trade deficit is $100 billion a month. That means $100 billion of U.S. dollars are being exported by and acquired by others. And that is why lately the U.S. dollar has started to slip. The way to reverse that is to raise interest rates and have U.S. treasuries pay a higher percentage rate interest rate than other 10-year treasuries, and therefore investors acquire U.S. dollars to get the yield. The interest rate yield right now on a U.S. 10-year, 3.77%. That is up from 3.70 this morning, 3.68 overnight maybe. Germany is at 1.95% for its 10-year note. This is amazing, the difference between Germany and America. The German rate is under 2%, while the American rate is just under 4%. Americans pay almost double the amount of interest that Germans pay. And the reason for that, Germany runs a surplus. And there's the difference right there. Germany doesn't need the money. They have more coming in than they spend, generally speaking. Quite amazing, even going into a recession. The UK, 3.15, which blows my mind. That UK, the basket case of the Western world, economically speaking, pays less in interest than America does. That is wrong. That is stupid. And yet that is reality of the markets. The UK government has come clean with its people and has said, look, we've had 3-4 prime ministers in the last 6 months. Here's what we're going to do going into the new year. We're cutting government spending. We're cutting services. And we're raising taxes. You try and sell that to the American people at election time, or you try and get the Republicans to say that in January when they take over the House, not gonna do it. They're gonna blame everything on Biden. They're gonna blame everything on Hunter Biden. It's all Hunter's fault. And there are enough people out there that are gullible enough to believe it. And so you play to your base. And if you can get 38% of the popular vote, you might get your guy elected. It's that ridiculous in America, unfortunately, because a lot of Americans just do not want to pay attention to reality. It's not as much fun as the fantasy world. It's way more fun in the fantasy world. And so there you go. What can I say? It is what it is. I heard this morning an analyst quoted that the Canadian and Swedish people, economies of Sweden and Canada, are two possible basket cases for the G20. And I thought to myself, really? Canada is a basket case, economic basket case? Canada has more oil that they're sitting on than we'll ever need. We have as much oil as the Saudis do. We have gold, uranium, copper, wheat, canola. I don't know. We have trees. I don't quite understand where this guy's coming from. Now, maybe the angle is on the interest rate policy, over leveraged Canadians as far as debt levels go, and that kind of thing. Perhaps there's something to that. There's no question that Toronto and Vancouver, the two hottest real estate cities in Canada for the last 15 years, are experiencing price declines of real estate. But I can tell you the real culprit in the real estate problems in Canada that are beginning to show, especially Vancouver and now Toronto, is involvement of government into the real estate market. It is politically popular for a government to impose a tax on someone buying a house in Toronto that is not Canadian, a foreigner. So if you're a foreigner buying a condo in Vancouver from, say, you're from Hong Kong and you're coming in, they're trying to impose a tax on the foreigner to buy real estate, which screws up the value of real estate because the Canadian who owns that property now can't get the market price for the property because there's an artificial barrier to the sale by the government itself to try to protect poor Canadians by helping them with what? Get into this place? You got a $1 million condo. What poor Canadian can afford that? I have no idea how this works. There's screw ups up here too. Believe me, we don't have our act together. In any event, fun times at the OK Corral. Higher interest rates in Canada, higher inflation in Canada, higher taxes likely coming, and an economy that is pulling back. That's the bottom line. Having said that, with the market just opening, Alberta, where I am, $13 billion surplus for this province for 2020, fiscal year 2022. $13 billion surplus. 4.5 million people live here with a $13 billion surplus. Huge debts are being paid. Speaking of making money, Larry Titus has rung the bells. It's official. We're open and we're trading. We're up and running for the day. We're going to find out just what this market has in store for us and where are we headed. Welcome to the party, everybody. It's great to see you here. I sure hope a bunch of you folks get nice and rich. Let's watch and see how this market reacts as we get it started. I'm showing the Dow up about 12 points at the moment. I've got the S&P up 4, NASDAQ showing 17. We'll find out in the next 5-10 minutes really what's really happening as all the markets and all shares begin trading, and we'll figure it all out. It looks to me like GameStop is $25.83 at the moment with a slight gain of 25 cents. Apple down 42 cents to 140.75. We're going to threaten that 140 level again on Apple. Tesla 183.18 up 235. Yesterday it was barely hanging on to 180. We'll see if we revisit that. ATIP at 42.2 cents a share, down 1/10 of a penny, almost unchanged. GameStop, like I said, looks now like it's only up a dime at 25.70. Might even be lower than that, 25.67. I think GameStop is only up 7 cents right now as we are coming into the opening here and settling in. The Dow holding now a 23-point gain, maybe. I'm not 100% sure that we're watching this market gyrate a lot in the first few moments of our day, so hard to predict. Looks like GameStop is unchanged at 25.60, unchanged on GameStop. We might be going red here. Oil up 266 last I could tell you. What else going on here? Dude is saying, hey man, I woke up late today. I'm way behind you. I'm watching you at double the speed, but don't talk any quicker because I can't listen to you talk that fast. Thank you very much, dude, for joining us today. The Dow is negative now. We're down 7 points on the Dow Jones. S&P is up just 2.5. NASDAQ up 21. We're getting a lot of gyrations here in price, so we'll wait for this. Let's see what we got here. A Beach Boy is saying to Larry, those Swiss cowbells that Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen got you from Zermatt, Switzerland, sure beat the old ones, buddy. Love those new bells you got there. How kind is that? Oh, what's going on? We're down 12 on the Dow. ATIP down 1/10 of a penny. Tesla is up 226. Apple down 50 cents. GameStop down a dime now to 25.50. This is the low of the day. Maybe we've gone lower than that already. SoFi 452 down 3.5 cents. GameStop 25.50 for the low. 25.52 right now. We're down 9 cents on GameStop. HPQ up 11 pennies. Amazon is down 19 cents. Home Depot up 13. Cisco down a penny. Pfizer up 2 pennies. Netflix down is up 2.81. IBM up 19 cents. Microsoft up $1.62. Vanik Vectors SMH up 137 to 216.81. Adobe up 92 cents. Golden up $1. Google down 6 cents. Boeing up 3.90. Moderna down 34 cents. Facebook up 97 cents. ME up 8.5. Rocket Lab up 3.5. Matterport down 1.5. SmartRent up a penny. Spire unchanged. Cyxtera up 1.5. Royal Caribbean up 17 cents at the moment. Those are early quotes. We'll wait for everything to settle in. It now looks like the Dow's up 24 as we go through these gyrations. We're not going to do much today. I just don't see much happening until Powell speaks. And there are people who they don't believe him. They don't believe what Powell is saying. They don't think he's going to go through with it. They don't actually think that the Fed is going to do what Powell has been saying for 6 months that they're going to do and have done. They still don't believe this guy. I don't know what he has to do. They wake him up the hell up. He talks about raising rate 3/4 of a point. They don't believe it. He does it. Market goes up. He says, I'm going to raise rates another 3/4 of a point. He does it. They don't believe he'll ever do it again. Market goes up. It's weird. It's total denial. And I think that a lot of folks in the market are setting themselves up for some serious pain. What can I say? You guys write options to these people. Write options and take in your hands massive premiums and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? I'll take these dollars off of you. And you guys deny everything. Deny the existence of everything that's happening. And I'll just take the money. It's okay. This is great. You give me money. I take it. Believe what you want. Fabulous. Let's play this game for a long, long time. I like this game. Let's see what happens. Tesla up $3. Apple down a penny. GameStop 25.65 up a nickel, trying to recover again. SoFi 4.56 up a half a penny right now. There you go. What can I say? What else is going on here? Let's go. He does. When does Powell speak? I think he speaks at 1:30 this afternoon Eastern time. There you go. Just deny, just deny, says Coyote. Just deny. There you go. Welcome, everybody. Nick S. Bruce, I'm number 140 on your thumbs ups meter because I appreciate your channel. I appreciate everything you do for me. And I believe, thank you all for being there for us, for Jen and I, for thumbs ups. We appreciate it. We're now showing 143 thumbs ups, 57 away from 200, which is our daily objective to hit at least 200 thumbs ups. Thanks, guys, for getting us there. We're zooming in on it. 57 to go. Keep them coming. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely. All right. What else is going on out here? Got the Dow up 7 points, now down 18 points. You tell me what it's doing. This is wild. Tesla now up to only up 287 instead of over 3. Apple went negative again, down 18 cents. GameStop went red, 25.50. We're going down again on GameStop. And SoFi just went into the red, just half a penny, just went red. Okay. Headline: Apple has extremely limited, quote unquote, extremely limited options despite easing of pandemic restrictions in key Chinese city. This is where Foxconn is located. Story goes that Chinese officials are easing up on restrictions there. We don't know what that actually means. What they say and what they do is another matter. Apparently, a British journalist, an accredited British journalist in China, was roughed up, arrested, claims he was beaten by authorities, let go hours later. They originally said we were protecting him from the mobs and we were protecting him from getting COVID because he was being exposed to people who weren't wearing masks. The British are going, you took an accredited journalist who was covering the riots, beat the holy crap out of this guy, and arrested him for a while, detained him, and claimed to be doing him a favor. Don't want your favors. We want an explanation. They hauled in the ambassador to get an explanation. I don't think they're going to like the excuse that they're using. By the way, the Dow now off 50. We're dropping quickly here. We're off 1.8 on S&P, now down 2 points on S&P, down 60 on the Dow. NASDAQ holding a 24-point gain at the moment. Okay, let's see what's going on. Bruce, where do you think oil's going? Where do you think? I think it's going lower, not higher, but it's a question of the U.S. dollar in the meantime as well. The Fed will raise rates by half a point. The U.S. dollar will rise against other currencies. Oil will drop to 75. If the world goes into the recession that I think it's going to, oil would be 65, but not tomorrow. It might take until spring. But I don't see $130 oil. I don't see $150 oil. There was talk of $200 oil 3 months ago. The shills that were being employed by the oil industry, $200 oil coming, no question about it. We're at $80 a barrel. How much you want? There's no shortage of oil. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I am thinking of dumping my 11,000 GameStop for tax loss harvesting. I'm going to buy back in 32 days on January the 2nd. Would that be a good move, or will I be missing any of the mother of all short squeezes? Well, can't help you with that because if I say, oh, that's a great idea, people will be upset. If I say that's a dumb idea, people will go, well, you're not paying attention to reality. You're on your own on this one, pal. If you've got a massive tax bill, congratulations. You've made a lot of money. I love that problem you have. Is it solvable by GameStop? I don't know. What can GameStop do in 1 or 2 days at any time? It can go down $5-10 a share. It can go up $5-10 a share. Now you have to decide for yourself how you want to play it, and that's your call, buddy, not mine. Talk to your tax advisor. Nazareth, Nick, I just did the same thing, and I am rebuying today. I was reading this 2 days ago with BBC journalists as well, getting the crap kicked out of them. Yeah, no kidding. We were saving him from the COVID infectors. Oh, really? Your country is full of COVID-infected people? That's not what you've been telling us. You've been telling us that it hasn't been a problem in China at all because of your policies. Weird. We're down 75 on the Dow. We're accelerating our losses on the Dow. Interesting. The S&P down 1.8 now. Further depreciation of pricing. GameStop 25.46 down 14 cents. Going red with the market today. It's joining it. SoFi is up 4 to 4.60 a share right now. HPQ down 2 pennies. That's what we got. That's what I'm showing here. 25.47 on GameStop now. 25.46 over here on GameStop. Okay. The Dow off 78. S&P down 1.6. And NASDAQ down is up actually 44 points. NASDAQ is going the opposite direction of the Dow. So there's something not happening here. It's got to be computer trading programs going on here, competing against each other. We really shouldn't put too much stock into this. We got volatility going on. shenanigans all over, year-end games, tax loss games, who knows what. Just it's volatile on the big markets. Okay. Let's see. Karim, Uncle Bruce, honest question. Isn't the continued support of Ukraine with the US dollar inflationary? No, it's not. That is a fallacy, an absolute joke. Economists they don't even want to answer this question. It's a stupid question. Not that you're being stupid. It's an honest question, and I appreciate it. But in the world of life, these Republican morons that try to claim handing money to the children of America for the child assistance program is inflationary. Joke. Handing money to Ukraine, a joke, an absolute insult to economics. But then again, what do you want from a politician? Something sincere. Do not believe anything you hear from any politician as gospel. Just don't. I don't care who it is. Don't. Too many people are so gullible that they believe their spiritual advisor, being some politician from some hick county somewhere, as some enlightened genius. It is laughable on the outside looking in. It is so pathetic. I just don't want to say anymore. Stark Sisters, where do you see the barrel of oil going? We've talked about that. You're thinking about dumping the stock. Let's see. Thank you. Christina, question. Uncle Bruce, could Nick hypothetically sell his GameStop shares, buy deep in the money calls? Would that still be a wash? I don't think he can do it. I don't think he'd get away with it. I think that would be a wash technically. I don't think he'd get away with it. Every politician wants to be Putin. Meet Kevin wanted to be a politician. Yeah, he ran for governor. Yeah, he did. Tried to run for governor when they did the recall. He wanted to run for governor. Everybody wants to be something else. What is it you want to be? Do you want to be successful in the market? Stick to your knitting and zero in on what you do best and exploit it. I can't be more excited for all of you who are here that are writing call options. I can't express. There's no way I can express how excited I am for you guys that you're writing options in this environment. I mean, this is beautiful. This is phenomenal. The upside is huge for you guys. The time depreciation thing has never been better. And there's no upside to really worry about here. I'm so pumped for you guys. You're going to make a ton of money. But you better stick to your knitting. Don't be going out into tangents because you're going into rabbit holes that just are going to eat you alive. It's tough. It can get tough to stay in your zone, but boy, can it be profitable. You'll be glad you did. Anyway, there you have it. What else is going on? Yeah. Nasser thinks you can do it. I don't know. Accounting wise, I'm not sure. Mirko, Kareem, for the money, the Ukraine buys mostly weapons. The U.S. sells a lot of those, and so on. Money comes always back one way or the other. Oh, there's that. Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. We covered a lot of stuff today.
Market's up a bit.
Yes and no. The Dow has been gyrating a lot. We were up 20, 30 points, then we're down 70. We're down 30 now. The S&P is it's up 2 points. It's not going anywhere. And the NASDAQ is up 42.
See, the market goes up, then it goes, oh no, wait, we're a dumpster fire, and it goes down.
You're right. We're a dumpster fire. Exactly. Yeah, we're getting a lot of computer buy and sell programs. We're getting a lot of tax loss selling kicking in here. This is the last day of November. There's investors selling today to buy back into the new year, and I have a feeling. My gut feel is anyone selling now is going to get their butts handed to them in January, because you're artificially selling into a artificial low price, and you're going to pay a premium to get back in. And you won't get back in because you'll see the price higher and go, I'm not going to buy it. Oh, it's going up. I don't want to pay it. It's so typical human being mentality. As I've said on some of my classes, you have to understand who your competition is to make money. Every time you make a trade, someone else is on the other side of your trade and is thinking exactly the opposite of what you're thinking about. So if you're writing a call option at $6.50 premium, that's 50 cents in the money or out of the money, you're saying anyone stupid enough to buy my call for $6.50 deserves to lose money. There's a buyer for your contract. Anyone stupid enough to sell me this contract deserves to lose money. That's their thinking. Now, why? That's up to them. You have your reasons. They have theirs. You've got one ally in your back pocket, a wristwatch called a stopwatch. The time is running out on this contract no matter what.
It's a stopwatch.
You're going to win. You're going to most likely win nicely.
Right.
Right. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
WR. Right.
As in WRITE. That's right. Right to right. Right is right. Writing is right. Yes, indeed. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, all of you guys. Nice to have you here. Financial Mischief says, I was able to buy in-the-money calls on SoFi without a watch sale triggering, so it might be possible. Matthew says, Matterport, $2.99. It's a steal. Dude, I'm 3 minutes away from now. For those interested in my journey, congratulations, dude. Ed Hawkins, Uncle Bruce, I have 5,000 SoFi. Wrote and bought back covered calls already. Hesitant to write covered calls when it's down here. Thoughts? Good idea. Don't be doing it here.
Yeah.
That's right. 459 on SoFi. Don't be writing options. Not now.
Listen to that little voice.
That little voice is right. In Canada, you can sell your security to capture a loss and then buy the option, but this is not allowed in the States, says Zed Estate. Sell my house fast up or Marlboro. I don't have a problem giving support to Ukraine. However, I want to see more oversight on our donations. Let's not forget, Ukraine was widely known as a corrupt country on the whole. Sell my house. I don't think all of our money is going to where it is intended. JR, dude, they speed up, says JR. Nazareth, I just bought 5,300 GameStop and then sold $25 strike, Jan 20, premium 480, arms crossed until January. Way to go, Nazareth. The stock's $25.50. He's writing a $25 call, bringing in 480, 430, which is time premium between now and the third week of January. Nice. There's a lot of holiday time between now and then, too. That's going to eat up those call values. Nice. I like it. Writing January calls is a great idea because we have the Christmas and New Year's holidays that eat up time values dramatically.
Well, and people are busy. I know they have it in their pocket. They can do it anytime. But their mind is somewhere else. They're occupied. You can tell by the volumes at Thanksgiving.
That's true, too. That's true. FX, I am number 157 on your thumbs ups meter. We're zooming in on 200 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. We have 160 thumbs ups in the house, 40 to go, and we got 200 thumbs up. Jen is here, and she's going to tell you, please give Bruce a thumbs up.
Please give Bruce a thumbs.
Are you going to deny Auntie Jen her wish? How dare you? She's taking
Christmas cookies for you.
No Christmas cookies for you. No.
Oh, we'll still give you Christmas.
No bread for you. Bread, $3.
That's it. No, sir. 1 year.
Oh, man. Financial Mischief says, I'm in the States. Congratulations. We're about to join you.
There you go.
We're about to join you. We're so
just
close.
to encourage you, it's colder than yesterday.
Oh, it's terribly cold
and we're
outside.
getting 2 to 3 centimeters of snow.
We got some dusting happening here, and it's really cold outside.
You don't want to drive over a bridge or a ramp.
No.
Because it's just an iceberg.
Our temperature right now is 1 degree Fahrenheit right now in Calgary, and it's haze. There's haze. 8:16 sunrise. That's in another 20 minutes or 15, 20 minutes.
But the glow, we got the glow, The glow is
Tomorrow's high is 1 degree. That's our high temperature. Tomorrow, 1 degree Fahrenheit, our high. Friday's high, 7. Saturday, 20. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll still be DMing.
No, it's ugly. It's ugly. Yeah, we're out of here real soon. We're out of here. Oh my gosh. JR has one thing to say and one thing only. Neat. John Anderson. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
Did you say sunrise in 14 minutes? It's 8:16 local time. It's 7:52. So what's that? 22 minutes from now, sunrise. Yikes.
Now you're just going to scare him with that.
It's ugly.
He can't do simple math. Oh my God.
I can't do simple math. I'm too tired. I'm too exhausted.
Time isn't math. Time is
we're both stressed here. You may not notice, but we are both stressed because we're getting ready to get on an
But,
airplane.
I get, because I don't really like to fly.
And we have so much to do between now and boarding.
It's just getting everything.
We got everything to take care of. We've been in this house for 6 wonderful weeks. So we so appreciate our friends letting us look after their house. Fabulous. But the problem is when you stay in a place for 6 weeks, and prior to that, we were 2 weeks in another condo. You acquire crap. You start doing what you always do all your life. You acquire crap. And we know we can't do that. We're out of suitcases. And so we do have the storage unit here in town that we've already visited to get crap, believe it or not, to get crap to take with us south because we want our summer clothing crap and get rid of our winter clothing crap. So now we have to go back to the storage unit. We're going to do that. Is that today or tomorrow? When do we do it in the storage unit? We don't. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow we go to the storage unit to hopefully unload enough crap there that we can get on the airplane with the weight restrictions without any issues. And
our storage unit is just a cluster.
Mm-hmm. It's a cluster show, but it's done exactly what we wanted it to do.
Yes.
We had the objective back a year and a half ago. We figured we'll offload garbage in Creston,
even though
sell the house.
It's my shit.
It's our shit. Keep the shit we want to keep in there, and that's what we've done.
That's right.
And it's fine. It's safe. It's great. All that. But this full-time traveling nomad life, you've got to be disciplined with not acquiring crap because you can't do that.
And we have our self-imposed 1 suitcase, 1 carry-on.
So, and my carry-on is the store, which is the computer, the lights, the big-ass iPad, all the stuff to do this. That's my carry-on. All the electrical.
Anybody takes that one?
So, we're down to 3 suitcases now. 2 suitcases and a carry-on for all our personal stuff because my carry-on is not to wear anything.
And all the women will understand. I have my traveling purse, which is really a carry-on.
Another carry-on in disguise with a strap over the shoulder. Yeah,
no, it's a purse.
It's a purse, really. It's a purse. There you go.
See, and you can have a purse as well.
I could have a purse too. It's European.
You can have a purse and a carry-on.
Oh
or a satchel. We could call it a satchel.
It's a satchel.
Does that make you feel better?
AJ says, Uncle Bruce and AJ, Andy Jen, we live in a tiny home, so we can't accumulate anything but memories and money. There you go. Money is a lot more fun to accumulate anyway.
And that's our daughter. She's in a small space and loves it.
And loves it.
And so it's pardon me, it's very hard to find things to purchase for her because there's just no space.
Sell My House Fast Upper Marlboro says, Uncle Bruce, I think you should leave this commercial airline nonsense behind you.
Is that it?
When are you buying that new jet?
Time for a Cessna?
See, we don't need to buy a new jet. We just call NetJets and just charter a jet on demand. See?
They've never seen me in an airplane.
Yeah, but if you could sit beside the pilot.
In a small airplane. Plus, Uncle Bruce refers to it as the silver death coffin. Is that what
the aluminum coffin. That's what your dad called it.
As we pull into the airport.
Your father gave me that term. The aluminum coffin is what he called it. From way back when. That's the 70s. He told me that, or 80s. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The man purse or merce, says DQ. The merce.
Is that like the bro? No.
The bro.
What did they call it?
Yeah, the bro. The manzier. The manzier. Look at that ATIP, folks. 39 cents a share. Pick it up. Get in there with some stink bids and pick it up. Bill Dink, any thoughts? Yeah, buy it. Cheap. Oh my gosh. JR Amy, that's the way to go. And buy back your calls. If you wrote those 250 calls for 30 cents and you can get them for 6 or 7, buy them back. Nice. Oh my gosh. I was
doing my mind expanding games this morning on my phone. And you know how you get ads?
You get ads? Okay. Oh yeah.
Ads for Matterport.
Oh yeah. I've seen those too. That's right. I've seen those on
get the app for
Boggle. I love playing Boggle to keep my brain going. Yeah. And I'll get ads for Matterport. I do. That's true. That is true. A couple more things here. Coyote, yeah, we don't own anything. My best friend had to convince me to finally buy myself something the other day. And DQ, I own too much junk. I need to downsize.
Right? And once you start,
HBQ,
it's a cleansing.
JR says HBQ headed for the basement right now. HBQ is at 28.77, down 11 cents. Hardly a decline of significant proportion, but still. W. Walters, 168 thumbs ups. Good morning to all of you. So what address should I use to send you crap for Christmas? Where do I send crap to you, buddy?
Christmas is the hardest time because every January I'm out there with the rest of the people buying Christmas ornaments and stuff on ridiculous deep sales.
DQ, the man Zier, JR, the bra, Z Estate, 108 for AJ, thumbs up, 108 for AJ. Beach Boy, here we go. Look at this. Can you see it? You see it there? There it is right there.
Oh my goodness, Beach Boy.
Beach Boy. For AJ's Christmas satchel, ho, 150 shekels, about 50 American dollars. Thank you, Beach Boy.
Thank you.
You're unbelievable. We love you.
Yes.
And we encourage everyone else to do exactly the same. The same.
No.
You know, we don't non-condone this. We condone this. We think this is absolutely
I'm just noticing the way you're sitting in the chair, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, and I don't think they actually
don't see
appreciate it.
Yeah.
But you can see that you've become your 4'8" self.
Yeah, I sit like a 4'8" guy. Yeah,
well,
that's
no,
true.
but because your head was on top of the waistband.
My head?
It had been squished down, so now your head was right there.
I don't understand what you're talking. Let me show the world what she's talking about. What are you talking about?
Your head was.
This right here. The Rugman head was down to the waistline, like a 4'8" guy. Okay. Thank you, Auntie Jen. You are so sweet.
I just didn't help it notice that.
I don't know. Michael, the bro. Cody, I just came in to ask about ATIP. We're not worried about it dropping so low. Yeah, it's 39 cents a share. You can average down quite easily with this now. We should be buying this all up, this channel, every one of you should be buying 1,000 shares every day of this stuff for $300-400.
I would just
every day, just 1,000. On their wall. I bet you if 200 people who are watching me right now each bought 1,000 shares of this thing, that's $390. That'd be 200,000 shares of volume. This thing popped to 50 just like that because there's nothing for sale. I mean, it's dribs and drabs, but. This is the world we're in right now. We're in the tax loss selling world, and it makes no sense to sell your ATIP for less than book value. But that's what's happening.
Yeah.
The market cap of this company is $82 million, and that is not realistic. With 950 locations, at $1 million a location guesstimate cost to open up, $950 million to open up those locations. It's trading at $80 million market cap. What can I tell you? This stock is 1/10 of where it should be at minimum. Should be $4, but I can't.
That's just going off the math.
I can only tell you what I think.
I know.
The rest of the world out there has its own opinion. There are 240 people here who hear what I say. 10 believe me. 230 think I'm full of crap.
Hear me now,
and there are millions out there doing whatever they're doing. I don't know. I'm just going, hey. But goodness, I've been around. I guess I've been around too long, and I've seen it happen where they get oversold, they get overshorted, they get overhyped on the downside, and then they double and triple in price. That's right, and they double and triple in price, and people go, "I should have bought it when it was down there." And I just throw my hands up and go, "I give up. I give up. I'm just not gonna."
No.
I can't keep yelling. I just don't have the blood pressure anymore to do it. It just drives me nuts. Thank you all in any event. Coyote, a fun mind game is not to sleep for 30 hours and then stare at the wall in a completely dark room. That's a fun game. JR's Coyote, I do that with option chains sometimes. Coyote, he's got that classic 4'8" chair sitting posture right now.
That's right.
Just picked up some Rocket Lab for $3.89, says Financial Mischief. Alpha laugh out loud. Thanks so much, Uncle Bruce, says Cody. Mr. Premium, here comes the rug man. Jolts report out. Cody, I'm going to buy some. I'm going to get some of this stock right now. ATIP, 47 cents right now. 47 cents. I could be wrong, but that's what it shows on my quote machine.
Wasn't it just 39?
39. I see it at 47. I don't know if that's accurate. I could be wrong. Put in stake bits, 39.1, 39 and a half cents, 41 cents.
See what the bid ask is?
No.
Volumes?
I get delayed stuff here.
Yeah.
Showing 188,000 shares, last at 47, now at 40. So I don't know. Even 47 could have been a misquote, could have been mistyping. I don't know. The low of 39. I don't have a full-blown quote machine. You all know that. You get better quotes than I do on ATIP and everything else. Okay.
And everything else.
25.53 on GameStop, down 7. The Dow down 125, down 9 on S&P, and we're only up 16.9 on NASDAQ. The markets are backing up. There you go. Why the heck is our Rocket Lab so low anyways? More sellers than buyers. There's your quick answer. More tax loss sellers than bargain buyers. And that will eventually end. Tax loss season ends. There won't be any reason. You won't be able to take the write-off anymore. There won't be any stock available. And then it'll run a buck and you'll go, why didn't I buy it down there? What? Are any of you sitting on cash balances that I've been yelling at you to build? Anyone sitting on cash? Hello? There are bargoons out here. What can I say? I don't want to be Biff, I don't want to be Biff. But what can I tell you? Bought ATIP at 39 and a half cents, says JJ. I scored some nice steal.
39.5.
Nice steal. If it only goes to $1.50, how many of you are going to be up money? Those of you who've been buying it down here. How many are you going to make money? You're going to make money.
Well, if it goes to 40 cents, you're up 30. 40 cents, you're up 30 cents. A 10-cent rise. No, wait, 40 cents.
No, it goes up to 50.
10, so you're 25%.
If it goes to 50, you're up a quarter of your money.
Yeah.
That's right. Babe, Uncle Bruce, I'm sitting on cash. Coyote, my utilities company is sitting on cash after our last bill. I'll tell you that. Nick Morier, hey, Uncle B, with all the pressure on the market to go down, should I roll my HBQ Feb 27s into June 26s or 25s for $2 to $2.50? I don't know. We're at 28.87 on HPQ. It is not dropping at the moment. You've got Feb 27s. Should you go to 26 Junes? No, I would not do that. No, I don't think you want to go down in strike at the moment. You're not out of the money. You're still in the money on your calls. I don't want you to go further in the money. So no, I don't want you to do that. ATIP has just had a bump up, says Bill. Pick Comb, I'm 179 in the thumbs up meter. Hey, Uncle Bruce, can you look into your crystal ball and tell me how to make big bucks in 20 minutes on the stock market, please? And thank you. Yes, you should buy exactly this. Okay, put in a bid order for 1 million ATIP right now at 44.5 cents a share. You're guaranteed to scare everyone to run it up the sea. Oh, but there's a problem. You won't get any. You won't get. So I don't have the answer. I'm sorry. No, I don't have the answer. No.
That's a guaranteed call on the market.
That's true too. Unusual trading activity. Then you'll get a phone call from the SEC going, "What are you doing?" And you'll go, "Can I get back to you after I talk to my lawyer?" Tiff, Rocket Lab announced a contract with NASA. The next trading day, they dropped 10%. Alex, Uncle Bruce, I've stored all my cash down the back of the sofa. I'm literally sitting on cash. JR, Coyote, does your utility allow you to charge your EV for free? Someone up above claims they charge theirs for free. I have no idea what that, I have never heard that. I got another 500 ATIP at 39.5, says sell my house fast. Now my average is 90.63. Can we please go to $10 now? Thank you. JR, hey, y'all saw the cash I sit on. You watched the, you all saw the cash I sit on when you watched the video. There you see, he did all that with it. Remember that? Coyote, JR, I don't have an EV, but living in Louisiana, I assume the answer is no. Bill, the ATIP bump is from the Uncle Bruce effect. Coyote, I'm the correct answer. The correct answer. ATIP 39.5 is what I show right now. The Dow down 141. The low of the day, 39 cents on ATIP. Volume now, what, 189,000? Is that accurate? I don't even know. You guys have more accurate quotes than I have on ATIP and everything else. There you are. No, 2,000 a month for a Bloomberg terminal. No. And that's like minimum. You have to sign 5-year deals.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Just to see the volumes on your
No, my peeps here, my viewers, they have level 2, level 3. Okay. They have far more accurate quote trades, stock quotes, option quotes, bid asks, behind bids and asks. They have all that in-depth stuff. Way to go. Anyway, there you are. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Alberto, did Auntie just whistle? I've got my TV on sound, surround sound, and it scared me. I thought someone was in the house. Jeez. JR, Uncle Bruce, some guy was laughing at the oil companies because he had an EV and charges for free. Again, I have no idea. Maybe he has solar, says Michael.
Or
Coyote, maybe solar.
Municipality has a special on to encourage the.
Who knows? I charge my car for free using the sun. It's a flex. Nice going. Nick S. Uncle Bruce did my calculations. I did my calculations. I had a cap loss carryover from 2008 crash, which will wipe out totally. And I need to sell. I need to sell at 55,000 worth of GameStop to nullify my profit. So I don't have to sell after all. I don't have to sell any GameStop to make the way to go, pal. Nick, perfect. I will continue to do what I do best on HPQ. Nothing. There you go. I'm not going to do anything. JJ, has anyone checked with Wall Street Bets re ATIP? I haven't heard anything there. 39.1 cents a share on ATIP, down 3.2 cents a share. Last I see. Tesla's 184 up 3. Apple is up 85 cents to 142. GameStop up 6 cents to 25.66. SoFi up 1.5 pennies. HPQ up 9. Amazon up 52. Home Depot down 2.27. Cisco up a dime. Pfizer down 7. Netflix up $3. IBM down 35 cents. Microsoft up 2.67. Vanek up 13. Adobe up 4.93. Goldman down 3.42. Google up 78. Boeing up 2.02. Moderna down 1.16. Facebook up 110, ME up 4, Rocket Lab down 6.3, Matterport down 1/10 of a penny at 299.9, just under $3. Smart Rent 239 a share, down 2. Spire up 0.8 of a cent, and Sextera up 8.5. There you go, mixed day, down 124 on the Dow. Jen, how you doing? We're hanging in by a thread, aren't we? We're exhausted. We're stressed out. We have so much to think about because we're gone for 5 months.
By tomorrow, almost everything's done.
Yes. By tomorrow night, it's all done.
Yeah.
And then we just have to wait for the boarding and all that for Friday. We're out of here Friday, kids. We can't wait. We cannot wait. We want it over with. I so badly want it to be Saturday because we're there.
Then it's done.
We're there. Anyway.
Too late to worry. If it didn't get done, just didn't get done.
And whatever you forgot to bring with you, you can buy it down there. Yes, I mean, hello. It's California, baby. Anything is available in California. I mean, come on. Yeah. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Thank you all.
You know what they have down there?
What do they have in California?
Welch's grape jelly.
They have Welch's grape jelly, apparently. I hope we can find some. I'll have to check Walmart. We'll check Safeway. We'll check Albertsons. We'll be checking for Welch's because we can't find Welch's up here.
Country down there too, but
that's true.
There's a Welch somewhere.
There's Welch's somewhere. We'll hopefully find it. Hopefully, yeah. 39.3 cents on ATIP. 39.3. 220,000 volume. The folks from Uncle Bruce's channel are coming in and buying up and stealing up all this cheap ATIP. At least I hope that's what you're doing. Let's buy this stuff. Take it away from these idiots, these unfortunate losers who are getting wiped out. They have to be taken away, and we have to let them go. Let them go somewhere else. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on here? Let's see. Getting a Rugman will help you move, says dude. Nick Morier also just bought some ATIP. JR, hey, what about not scrape jelly. Oh yeah, it's made by Welch's. And Richard Carlin, I'll bring you some Welch's. I'll bring you some Welch's. Just chillax. I think we can get it. I think I bought it at Walmart last time.
Yeah, it's in
those plastic type
Yeah,
containers,
yeah.
and they're like $2.45 a jar or something like
I
that.
know.
Cheap.
I know.
Up here, it's like $6 if you can find it.
And
you can't find it. There is no Welch's anywhere up here. None. Nobody has it.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on. Nick, no afternoon show Friday then? No afternoon show Friday. No. Dang, no high school babysitting or subbing jobs available today. Dang. JR, you stay home today and you behave yourself. There it is. No substitute teaching for you today, my friend. There you go.
You got to take your hat off. Those are special people who are willing to sub.
JR is special. They're
willing to be a sub.
I think JR would admit that he's special. Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
So what am I feeding you?
Oh, I'm thinking cheese whiz today. This might be my last cheese whiz sandwich for a long time because we won't have any. We won't have any down there. Can't buy it.
Well, you can, but it's
no. You cannot buy Canadian cheese whiz. You can buy American cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz it is.
It's basically taco dipping cheese is all that is, and that's
nacho.
Yeah, nacho dipping cheese.
Not taco.
Can you leave that open to let cool down? No. Thank you so much, Jen.
Yoink.
Don't run, man. Yoink. Coyote, JR, you got to stay home and kick it. What is this behave of which you mentioned? What does that mean? Behave. Short bus special, Richard is asking. Good. I feel so bad about how we treated our sub teachers as kids. When we realized we had a sub, we were all just go goblin mode. Tiff, just make sure that you think you kick is not the thing you kick is not the bucket. JR, yes, I'm short bus special. Coyote, maybe the bucket had it coming. Alberto's laughing. Oh man, welcome everybody to this channel, to the show. I'm glad you're here. We got the Dow off about 154 points. It's still a nothing burger. We're down 7.6 on S&P. The NASDAQ won't come off. It's up 35 points. It doesn't want to back up. Oil is up 222 at $80.42 right now. We got ATIP at 39.3 cents a share. You want to scoop up some really cheap paper? I don't know how long it's available down here. Will it go lower? I don't know. Can it go higher? Could. How much? I don't know. When? I don't know. Just saw it trading at 40. I know a bunch of you are nibbling on it. Why not? Put in bids and put in stink bids and see if it comes to you. Why not? Last trade, 40 cents a share. Tesla, 183.02. Apple, 141.54. Their Apple's up 37 cents. Tesla's up to 219. Waiting to see how this market, fills it out. We're waiting for Powell to talk, the chairman of the Fed. That's at 1:30 Eastern time. So it's still a ways away. And so I don't see a lot more happening with this market. Really, I'm actually surprised to see it down 176. I really am. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, we'll follow that. 39.2 to 40 cents on ATIP. Back and forth it goes. GameStop, 25.56 down 3. SoFi up 1.5. HPQ down a nickel. So not much going on. Let's go. Are we having fun or what, says JR? Let's see. Nick, Uncle Bruce leaving Friday. 1,000 down day confirmed for sure. There you go. I'll be on the air Friday morning, but Friday afternoon I'm in the air. So looking forward to seeing you guys Monday from down south. Sunday, got a couple of folks already lined up. If anyone wants a one-on-one, I have one opening left Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern. It's the only opening I got this Sunday. And that's from the desert. Hopefully that's where we'll be at. All right, kids. Thank you. What else? Nazareth. Wow. Spent 200 grand today buying stocks. What a crazy feeling. Picking up cheap paper. Why not? When others want out, you take it off their hands and say thank you. You can have it back later, or a little more, or a little less, depending on what you're writing. Anyway, there you go. JP Morgan and Dow Chemical share losses leading the Dow 150 points lower. We're now down 196 on the Dow. We're approaching a 200-point drop on the Dow Jones. Let me take a look at some other stuff. 2560 on GameStop, unchanged today. The S&P down 9.7, NASDAQ up 33. Interest rates, so treasuries are rising to 3.79, up from about 3.73. So a little rise on U.S. treasuries. The euro is up a quarter of a penny. The pound is barely higher, 8/100ths of a penny at the moment. European markets are higher, 0.16 to about 1 percentage point higher, somewhere in that range overall. U.S. markets now, the VIX is 0.32 higher, so that's a little slightly negative, 22.2, very low reading though. The Dow 198 lower now, as I see it. I think it's really gyrating a lot right now. It really is gyrating a lot. Okay, kids, thank you all for being here today. Appreciate you coming out. It's great to have you here. Watching options depreciate as the time eats them alive. GameStop is just kind of flatlining, 25.54 now, down 6. Just not going anywhere fast. 186 thumbs ups have come in today. Thank you all. 14 away from 200 thumbs ups, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Nazareth, buddy. Oh man, thank you, pal. Nazareth, thank you for that donation, man. Appreciate it. That's awful kind of you. That's matching Beach Boy today. You're in Beach Boy country today. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Oh man. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, are you renting from Monterey? Yep, we're back in there again, right where we want to be. We're very happy with that. Fantastic. Let's go here. What else is going on here? Let me just double check a few things here. What's going on? DQ, I just bought 5,000 ATIP. Nick S, Uncle Bruce, my short on X, if it drops below 23, I stand to make huge money. Then I'll have to pay capital gains taxes. I predict X will be coming down below 23 as the euphoria is ready to wane. That's what he's thinking about right now. The shares of U.S. Steel are 25.52 down 23 cents. Tiff, Nazareth, you need to tell me where you found the 200 grand. I like to do the same. Nazareth, I sold contracts on all of that and brought in 31 grand on 200,000 investments, 2-month contracts. Thank you, Uncle B. No way I could have done this without you. Right on, Nazareth. Way to go. I ain't afraid of no stock, says JR. Nazareth, Tiff, I sold for a tax loss on Monday. This is reinvesting and repositioning for the year. Nick says Stockbusters. Lorraine, Jared, I last subbed this summer. I'm hanging out with Uncle Bruce. It's the last time I did any subbing in school. JR, Uncle Bruce, I know you have other issues to attend to, but I'm looking forward to a meet and greet when Auntie Jen is feeling better. So are we. We really want to do one after she recovers. Let's make a song on Stockbusters. Nazareth, again, thank you for this. You and everyone else here are absolutely awesome people. Thank you. 190 thumbs ups are here, 10 to go, and we got 200 thumbs ups on the day. And what do we got here? Tiff is saying, I looked, but I couldn't find 200 grand worth of stock in my portfolio. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Coyote, geez, 200 grand. Dang, that's nice. Coyote, Tiff, I feel that. Zach, I'm number 188 for you, buddy. Helping you out to get to 200. Thank you, Zach, and everyone else for these thumbs ups today. We're down 213 points on the Dow. We're still dropping. We're down 12 on S&P. NASDAQ is slipping. We're now down to 23 on the gain here. We're slipping back at this point. All righty. 2-year Treasury yield jumps above 4.5% after third quarter GDP revision. U.S. job openings fall to 10.3 million, but labor market is still too strong for the Fed. These are headlines that just came out a few moments ago. So there you go. That's causing the markets to drop because Powell is going to back up all that info with more talk about higher rates. There's no letting up on this deal. This market is overpriced. Jimmy Wilkes, I'm number 191. I'm a little late to the party today. Thank you, my friend. DQ, 200 grand. That's 500,000 ATIP shares. I can take that thing over. Coyote, the gods will never allow me to have 200,000 portfolio because I would become insufferable. Oh, no. 200-point drop on the Dow here. Tiff, maybe if I start taxing the 5 richest Discord members for being on the server, maybe I can do that. I can charge these people. We're down 11 on the S&P. We're up 27 on NASDAQ. Oil up 232. ATIP is showing a 40-cent last trade, as far as I can tell you. Volume on ATIP is 283,000 shares. The low of the day, 39, now trading at 40. I think that's where we're at. If I'm wrong, let me know. Tesla, 183.05, up 222. Apple is up 29 cents to 141.46. It's only up 29 cents. GameStop at 25.74, trying a run up 14 cents. That's it. SoFi, 4.58, up 2.5 cents. HPQ, 28.90, up 2 cents. That's it. Okay. What can I say? Okay, everybody, thank you for popping through here. Tons to watch. We have 195 thumbs ups here. We're about to get to 200 thumbs ups. Thank you all for helping us through. Nick S., just a dumb question, Uncle Bruce Nazareth. If I need to take loss, can I take the loss until December 31? And what if I buy back the same stock? Do I wait for 32 days to buy it back? Is that what it is? Only tax people can answer that question, not me. Thank you, Auntie Jen, so much. Go Rugman. Yoink.
Go Rugman.
Yoink. Yoink. Fantastic. Okay, grab this thing right here. And thank you all for joining in. Alrighty. Let's see. Lorraine, JR, talk to your sub person. I'm a retired teacher. I do home instruction after school and remote. I only do good. I'm not quite sure what that means. But Bobby, I could give them blue names of their generosity. Wash sale rules last 30 days, says Coyote. Nazareth, yes, if you sell and want to buy back the same stock in the same account, you need to wait 32 days. So again, you got to talk to your tax professional. Don't ask me. I can't help you here, guys. I am not qualified to answer that question. I'm qualified to eat this toasted sesame seed bagel with cheese whiz on it. Delicious. Thank you all so much for your incredible generosity today. You guys are unbelievable. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Another headline just came out. U.S. pending home sales drop 5th straight month in October. The housing market is backing off big time now. Okay. A lot of talk going on about wash trading. I'll leave that to you guys. ATIP sitting at 40 cents, down 2.3 cents today. Dow's down 230. 13-point drop on S&P. NASDAQ up 26. Headline, Chicago factory activity falls deeper into contraction territory in November. Okay. GameStop 25.78 up 18 cents. Man. 197 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 3 away from 200. The countdown is on. 3 thumbs ups away from 200 again every single day. You guys are incredible. Thank you very much for 200 thumbs ups. 3 to go. 197 in there. Hit that thumbs up button if you can, folks. If you're watching on a rerun, definitely hit the thumbs up button. Put more momentum on this show. 199, baby. 1 to go. Here it comes. It's coming. I feel it coming, baby. It's going to happen. Woohoo. Alberto, I have a meeting scheduled with my accountant about setting up a paycheck. I don't want to pay 30% capital gains taxes. He has had me transfer from individual account to an IRA. I will let you know what he says. Alberto, I've got that coming up December 9th. Can't renting a Tesla again? Yes. If so, you have to do the Christmas light show. So cool. The car is a light show with music, windows, mirrors, back hatch, all open and closed to the music. You gotta love Elon. I will be playing that game, I'm sure. Jair, you're there. Woot, woot. Abraham, AJ, 202, pal. I'm number 202 on your thumbs up meter. You have broken it yet again. Thank you all so much. 234 down dip on the Dow, 12.9 on S&P, NASDAQ down 28. We got ATIP at 40.6 cents, now down only 1.7 cents a share. Rock and roll, boy. Rock and roll. Oh, yeah. Thank you all so much for your support of this channel. 202 thumbs ups and counting. Rock and roll. Nick, perfect. Thanks. This year has been one of the best years for me as I was able to wipe out all my losses from previous years. I'll be paying a huge tax bill next year, though. Right on, Nick. Don't worry, you can hire people to help you with that. Tip, Dow is red, S&P red, NASDAQ green. That's a strange sight. Yep. That's what's going on. ATIP 40.5 at the moment. 40.5 cents up over that 39 level. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that sesame seed bagel. Oh, toasted out. So nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Alberto, Nick, it'll take me another year to wipe away my losses. Before Uncle Bruce, I was in the red, embarrassed to say 400 grand or more. His options process, I believe I've recouped 200 grand. He is the GOAT. Nick, you want to know my number? Alberto, because of his teachings, I have recouped 200 grand easily in losses. Beautiful stuff, guys. In a bear market, it's nice to see you guys recouping money in this market. You didn't need a bull market to recoup it. You're getting it in a bear market. Let's add to that all through next year. Let's go, babes. Right? Last year, I paid $7,000 in taxes from my paycheck. Alberto, Nick, you're the big wig. I know. Laughing out loud. Giddy up, kids. Giddy up. Let's make money. GameStop backing up a little bit. Got up to 274. Now we're at 265. 25.65. Pardon me. GameStop just dropped another dime. 25.54. $25.60 on GameStop right now, unchanged on the day. Just volatile today. Coyote, Uncle Bruce, isn't it wild? We're about to enter the third year of this. Yeah. 2021, 2022, 2023. Come on, isn't it amazing? Kent bought ATIP for the first time this morning. Bought 1,000 at 39.1 cents. I'm up $14. Easy money. Easy money. That's like 8 hot dogs at Costco. I mean, that's more than a week of lunches paid for. Spare. Finally, my Wi-Fi is again working, says Spare, but it looks again somehow like a day to relax for me. Matthew, welcome back, Spare. Still trying to recoup my losses from last year. I need 26 grand. Alberto, Gowdy, I was typing that. I was typing that laughing out loud. JR, my 25 and a half, 12-16 calls will be out of the money when GameStop goes down, down, down. There you go. 25.53 right here, down 7 cents. Your calls are about to go out of the money. AJ, 3 years. Wow. I've only been at it for 6 weeks. Can't wait to get where you guys are at right now. Nick, double your number. 72 grand is my total loss. Tiff, the only one who did not lose money before meeting El Bruce. Was I the only one who hadn't lost money? Alberto, Nick, I watch your trading and you're not as conservative as I am. I need to make some bigger moves. Coyote is throwing the hot dogs out there. Costco hot dogs, $1.50 a piece. $1.50 a piece. Giddy up. Don't forget the tax. What was it, 158 with tax or something like that? Oh, man. Delicious. HIP, 40.6 cents a share. Coyote says to Amy, you'll get there. Many of us started in January 2021 with zero experience. Coyote, many of us. Tiff, Coyote, my experience was negative. I had negative experience. Welcome all. 39.8 on ATIP. Some stock coming in again. GameStop, 25.46. 25.46. 25.45. It was 25.50s are now out of the money. Interesting. Mm, mm, mm. 25.43. Mm. Amazing markets, just amazing. JR and GameStop just did me a favor. 25.46 says JR. Alberto, I still see Uncle in my dreams from the first one-on-one. Why are you still working? I laughed thinking it was joking or he was just insane. Why are you keeping a day job? Nazareth, yeah, this year I had 300 grand in gains on 150,000 losses this year. Sold all my losses to wipe out my 150 grand in gains from the tax man, of course. Tip Alberto has a point, though. He has a point. Tiff says to Alberto, Nick, my profit so far this year, 924 and a loss carryover 872. All those profits poured into SoFi. Alberto, I left the call and said to myself, this guy's nuts. He has made me and several others huge believers. Uncle, I know, almost there. Karim, before I found Uncle Bruce, I was buying calls, losing thousands. There you are. We have turned it around, betas. Down 211 on the Dow. Down to 11 on S&P. We're up 27 on NASDAQ. Okay. The Congress looks like it's on track to avert a U.S. rail strike. That is very important there. Hopefully a negotiation will be made for both sides. That'll work everything out. And where are we at now? 39.5 on ATIP, down 2.8 cents. Tesla at 184.10, up 327. Apple up 71 cents, 141.84. GameStop 25.43 now. 25.43 on GameStop. The low trade of the day was 25.38. We're 5 cents away from the low trade of the day on GameStop right now, from the low of the day. SoFi 456.5, up a half a penny. HPQ is down 6 cents to 28.82. Amazon down 21 cents. Home Depot down 138. Cisco up 1 penny. Pfizer down 8. Netflix up 352. IBM down 66 cents. Microsoft up 115. Fanuc up a nickel. Adobe up 322. Goldman Sachs down 479. Google up 30. Boeing up 113. Moderna down 239. Meta Platforms, Facebook up 118. ME up a nickel. Rocket Lab down 2 cents. Matterport down 5.5. Smart Rent down a penny. Spire down 2 cents. Xterra up 8. Royal Caribbean down $1.29 to 58.64. Bed Bath Beyond up 5.5. Carvana down 24 cents. Robinhood up a penny. BlackBerry up down a nickel. Target off 82. JP Morgan down 297. Costco down 380. Walmart up 93. Disney down 45 cents. Write-offs are coming for Disney. This stock is going lower. Nvidia 146 gain. American Airlines at 1402 down 12 cents. AMC APE combined down 28 today. The APE shares are 97 cents. The APE preferred shares are 97 cents. The common stock 723. It's an unmitigated disaster over there. Not good. Down 176 on the Dow. Little recovery. Slight bit of a bounce back. 25.49 on GameStop and ATIP at 39.5. That's it. That's where we're at, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Nick S. Seeing shorting is profitable, isn't it? Because when you write covered calls, you are basically shorting. Coyote, it's funny. All the railroad workers are asking for is unpaid time off, and Congress is going to crush them into a pulp. They're going to get it, though. They're going to get sick days. They're going to get the administration is going to assist on this one. They're going to get a raise. They're going to get sick days. They're going to figure it out. I'm certain of it. Do not be surprised, but it's going to be done off the media pages behind closed doors where it belongs. Announce the deal when it's done and shut the hell up in the meantime, but nobody wants to shut up in the meantime. Deep value, I think it's called being short the stock too. Dude Face, thank you, dude, for the $20 donation. I can't go full Beach Boy yet, but soon enough. Thank you, Uncle B. Hey, pal, that's like 60 shekels. It's pretty good. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you all. These donations, just they add up and they add up and they add up. And, for Jen and I, we can confidently get her into the Eisenhower Medical Center. We can, get her in there and get her looked after for the, for like right now, rather than wait 3 more years. This is so huge for us. We thank you. We are just on pins and needles. We can't wait to get this going. We just have been counting the days. Thank you all. It's a bit stressful, but it's also exciting around here. So I'm not sleeping well, but that's because I can't wait to get down there. I want to get her in there. We want to get her in. And, you guys you just make it a lot easier for us. You really do. Thank you. These thumbs ups too. They mean everything. 212 of them. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you for 212 thumbs ups. This is great. Keep those coming. If you're watching on the rerun, hit the thumbs up button for us on reruns. Absolutely adds to this channel. It really helps a lot. Appreciate it. Alberto, Kareem, same here. Laugh out loud. I believe a calculated losses not sharing is embarrassing. There you go. Thank you guys. Keep it going. Let's keep making some dough. 39.5 on ATIP. Bargain City. What can I say? There's the selling will eventually dry out. There are sellers because there are sellers. That's it. That's all there is to it. There are tax losses here in ATIP. No question about it. Anyone who bought this stock in the last year, they got a tax loss. They're taking advantage of it. But I think they have a problem on the other side. Sooner or later, the tax loss selling will abate. Then they'll try to come back in. And then we go up 10 cents a day, 15 cents a day for like a week or two. And we're 110, 120, 150. And they're, they sold at 39.5, and now they have to buy back at 110, and they're not going to. And they're out. They're out. They're not going to be a problem anymore. And this stock is cleaned out. It pops up to 110, 150, and then we'll see what happens after that. We're just, baby steps, one thing at a time. Kent saying Eisenhower Medical Center is beautiful. If you have to go to a hospital, that's where you want to be. That's what we're talking about. Alberto, Karim, same here, laughing out loud. I believe the calculator is embarrassing. Kent, Eisenhower's Marion. I got that. I'm reading the same comments here. We can call ourselves the Bargoons. Coyote, I didn't sleep much last night, says Coyote. There you go. Thank you all. 176 loss on the Dow, 10 on S&P. NASDAQ is now up only 16 points. NASDAQ is slipping now a little. We'll see how this goes. Oil down is up 252 now at 80.72, and watching EIA estimates on oil and gas and all that. I'll see how this works. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. 39.5 on ATIP. GameStop 25.28 now, down 33 cents. Those 25.50s are out of the money. Now 25s are next. Will the $25 contracts go out of the money? There's a bunch of December 16s out there, a ton of Januaries and Februaries and Marches. The 26s are out. The 26 and a quarters are out. The 27s are out. The 27 and a halves are out. They're all out of the money and getting further out of the money. The stock is backing up on GameStop. Just a little here and a little there and a little here and a little there. If we can break under 23.11, then we set a new low for the last month. And so a couple of bucks from here, and we're in new low territory for the last 30 days on GameStop. As a matter of fact, that would be the lowest level in 90 days if we drop another couple of bucks. So we're on our way lower here. I think we're definitely going to 22, 21 and a half. That's my gut guess, my gut feel on it. But the earnings come out a week from now, so just don't ask me what day. We'll see. But boy, the market is weak going into next week, isn't it? 25.28 on GameStop. The low trade of the day is right here. 25.21 is the low trade today. We just said it a second ago. We're coming under more pressure on the GameStop shares. Okay. All righty. The Dow again down over 200 a second time. 211 now is the dip on the Dow. Down 13 on S&P. We're only up 8 points on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is about to go into the red. It's going to join the rest of the market and go red. S&P down 13. NASDAQ only up 6. The market is coming off. China needs at least a year to end zero COVID policy, experts say. Another year of this in China. That isn't good. That cannot be good. Interesting stuff, folks. Interesting stuff. Alrighty. What else is going on here? Financial mischief. I'll be sitting on back-to-back years of losses, so I won't be having a tax problem for some time yet. Yay and boo all at the same time. Coyote, Bruce and the Bargoons will get a rock band together. Kent would love a big drop on GameStop today, says Kent. JR, Coyote, we'll have to write a song called Yoink. There it went. Coyote, perfect. All righty. We're at 25.31 on GameStop. We're under pressure here. The volume on GameStop today, 573,000 shares. I mean, this is really 140,000 shares of volume, man. Like what? Yeah. What? Down we go. Man, SoFi 454.9 down 1.1 cents. HPQ down 8. Apple only up 2 pennies now. Tesla still up 255, but slipping back. ATIP 39.6 on a volume of 397,000 shares. And we're watching the low of all time and of the day, 39 today. Put in 39.5 cent stink bits, 39.1 stink bits, 38.6. 38.5, 38.1. Put in stink, but I mean, you might get lucky. You might get some. I don't know. I cannot answer for these poor people who are selling out, except to say that if they bought at 5, 6, 8, and 10, and they're selling at 39, 40 cents, I get it. From a capital gain tax loss, I get it. But that means an opportunity for the buyers. And I think if you have a 90-day time frame, I think you're going to be very happy. I just suspect it. But no guarantees. We're at 39.5, and you've got to just go, I'll throw some money at it. It's not going to break me if this goes down. I can live without this dough. I'll buy it. I'll buy this stuff. Let's take a shot. Splair, have an enjoyable break, everybody, says Splair. Ed, SoFi question. I have 5,000. And I wrote and I bought back calls already. Hesitant to write at this low. What are your thoughts? Yes, I would be hesitant as well to write calls on SoFi because it also is in the tax loss selling vortex. It's being sucked down by tax loss sellers. They don't hate the company. They don't unlike the stock. They just want the tax write-off. But they got to sell and wait to get back in. I think they waited too long. And now anyone selling here at 454 will pay a dear price to get back in. 32 days from now, that's January. I don't see the stock down here in January. Personally, I don't. Because if the rumor mill comes out with projected fourth quarter earnings for SoFi that put the company almost at a break even for the first time ever, we're at $6 bid. And if they come out in the first quarter and say our first and second quarter will be profitable, then we're $8 to $10. That's where we're going to go to on SoFi. That will turn the entire SPAC market around, because all of a sudden the media will go, hey, a SPAC stock is a moneymaker. A former SPAC stock makes money. That's the beginning of the beginning. These guys are going to be the leaders. Again, it's awful tough to convince people to buy at all-time lows. It's next to impossible. Thanks, Uncle B. That's what I was thinking. Says Ed. Nick S. My average on X short is 24.41. And right now it's 25.41. Just needs to drop a little bit more. $1 and anything below that will be great. Do you all think X is heading 23 or low for the next gap? What do you think? Gosh, who knows, my friend? I don't know. This stock has had a run from 1906, November the 3rd, 1893 even in the last month. Certainly at the highest levels in the last 6 months is where it's at right now. But it's not at the all-time year highs. The year highs were in March, but that was another time. That was before interest rates took off. That was before inflation really took off. So this stock is performing its best now than it's been doing for 6-7 months, which means it could be into a pullback. Will it happen though? I don't know. 25.45 last trade, down 30 cents on X. At the moment on U.S. Steel. Nick, I want you to make nothing but money. Just nothing but money on this one. Giddy up, buddy. I know you're on top of this. Mirko, Nick, BIIB might be worth it. It's up $16 today. There you go. Another thing to think about. Well, I've been on for 2 hours, 20 minutes. Thank you all. You make it so worthwhile for me to keep going. I do appreciate it. Jen and I have some packing to do right now, some organizing to do here. We're going to get to that right away. Again, I will see you this afternoon, however, at 3 o'clock Eastern time as we get ready to shut down the day again today. Thank you all so much for being with us. JR, I'm practicing the Uncle Bruce method. Cross my arms today. I wasn't so bad to pull off some small gains, but I think I'll wait for more. Fool of a took. Anyone know what time Powell speaks? 1:30 Eastern. 1:30 Eastern time is expected to be his speech. So after that, we'll see what happens. I'll be on at 1 o'clock Eastern. No, I'll be on at 3 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock my time. I'll be on at 3 o'clock Eastern after he speaks. So we'll see how it all worked out. Keep an eye on it. The Dow down 223. ATIP 39.5. GameStop 25.36, down 24 cents on GameStop. SoFi down 1.2 cents to 454.8. HPQ down 11 right now. Thank you all so much. Fool of a took. Thank you, AJ and Bruce. You got it. 1:30 Eastern. Powell speaks. The market is down 225 right now. He hasn't said a word. We've been getting headlines across here. That does not look good. That does not look good. It'll allow Powell to just add to these headlines, and we could go lower. The question is, do we lose 500 or 800 or 1,000 points today? Is that the net effect of what's going to happen here? Could that run GameStop down $1.50 from here to 23.75? Could that happen? Could we have dips all over the place because of what he might say today? The market has been trying to ignore him and not believe it. Today, will they finally figure it out that he's not kidding about higher rates for a long period of time? We'll figure it out. Join me at 3 o'clock Eastern for the answer. We'll see what's going on. It's out of my control. Let's see what goes and what gives. John Anderson, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you being here as always, and everyone else who's here. AJ, until the next show, thanks for everything, Uncle B. Thank you, AJ. We've got 218 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys, for 218 thumbs ups. I appreciate it. Keep them coming in if you can. If you're watching on the rerun, hit those thumbs up buttons for us. Let's add to this, baby. The NASDAQ is only up 9 points. S&P down 12.5. The Dow down 222. And we're backing off. Okay, guys? 25.36 on GameStop. And ATIP on sale, 39.5 cents. Let's see what's going on this afternoon. The old surfer says, thanks, Uncle B. And Team Bagel. Yes, baby. The Bagelers have been here and have spoken. Richard Carlin, neat, neat, neat. I agree with that. As a matter of fact, I'll throw some in there myself. Let's do some neat attacking right here, right now, onto this channel. Make this market give us what we want and deserve. Moonman Moo is on the neat brigade. So is JR. Here come the neat attack. There's no saving anybody out there that dares go against us. You shall pay. The Knights of Knee will make you pay. Dude face. Doing it. Sell my house fast enough from Marlboro. Doing it. Thank you so much. Neat. Don't dare mess with this channel and the Knights of Knee. John Gill knows. Beach Boy saying thank you. Mirko, neat. Dude, neat. Paul's guitar, neat. There they come, babies. No stopping this attack. It's over. You can't stop us. You shall succumb. Elderberries. We are the Knights of Knee. Neat. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later, everybody. Thank you. 3 o'clock this afternoon. Don't miss it. We'll see you real soon, everybody. Thanks. Bye for now.